Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss another episode of MILF Manor. This is Season 1, Episode 7. MILF's Broken Heart is the title. So this episode starts off by finishing off the cliffhanger from the last episode. We get to see Kelly and Jose sneak away from the house and have an overnight date at the glamping site, which is where Kelly was rejected not too long before this. Then we see a challenge in this episode is that the sons have to pick out like which dirty underwear and bra belong to their moms, and it's a really weird, awkward scenario, but fortunately it's kind of rolled over pretty quick and it doesn't last very long, but it's just kind of a dud segment. The rest of the episode really focuses in on kind of a new twist, which is that the mothers and sons are going to pair up. They're going to choose who they want to be with. And if they match up, they're going to move forward. If there's a mismatch, there's a good opportunity, according to this, that they're going to go home. The rest of the episode is people kind of like, adjusting to that and reacting to it. And what we see mostly is that people start to seek out connections. One of the biggest ones was the new Ryan finally stepping up. He's going after Charlene, who is, to me, one of the GOATs of the season. He takes her on a pretty decent, it starts off kind of nerdy, but it ends up working out really well. He takes her out and tells her about cactus facts, and they go and look at cactuses, and then they have like a little sit down, and he brings a coffee for her. She's super receptive to it. She keeps saying that she keeps noticing and referencing the size of the cactuses, and he's like, well, yeah, cactuses only grow like an inch a year or so. It takes a long time, and so in her confessional, she's like, I hope new Ryan grows faster than a cactus, which is perfect Charlene, right? Then we also see Jimmy and Paula are on a beach date, but Paula's got another date as she goes out with Ryan, and he sings her a really cringe song, but she loves it. They seem to be forging kind of a connection. She says that she feels really special with him and whatnot. Charlene also this is probably the most interesting scene in this episode, which is kind of devoid of drama and emotional outbursts and the rivalry. Everything kind of takes a back seat once they find out that people could be leaving. But I think one of the most interesting scenes here is between Charlene and her son Harrison. And basically Harrison is like, hey, we're at a point now where everybody's pairing off, and he's like, I'm not feeling it with anybody, I'm not connecting with anybody. And Charlene tries to get him to stay, and says like, hey, this is an experiment. You don't have to be in love with anybody to stay. Just, see what happens. And he's like, no, I'm not connecting with anybody. I'm not feeling it. So he's heavily considering just stepping away rather than moving forward and with something that he's not completely standing behind. So we've got that kind of hanging over. So overall, this episode was okay. It's kind of a transitory episode where this is episode 7 out of 9 in the first season. So stories are starting to wind down, and there's not as much of the fights or the drama, but maybe we'll see that in these last couple episodes. But this was a good episode. It had a lot of good character development. We got to see people go on these, pretty interesting dates. We got more time was spent on those dates too. Normally they're kind of rushed over and we don't really get to see a lot of it, but I thought they did a great job here of showing how these people function on a date instead of just showing us a little bit of highlights. I thought the Charlene Harrison scene was great. I thought the cactus date was great. And then the tease for next week is that new people are coming in strictly to interact with them in an interview setting, and it looks like Joey has a run-in with somebody's ex, which could be interesting, and then sons and daughters show up to kind of grill the people who are dating their loved ones. It looks like it could be pretty interesting. Anyway, solid episode, low on drama, but big on character development and getting to know the contestants. So I give it a thumbs up. I thought it was a solid episode. Anyway, that's my review of MILF Manor Season 1, Episode 7, MILF's Broken Heart. If you want to check out more of this show, I've got a playlist of MILF Manor episode reviews. There's also hundreds and hundreds of movie reviews on my YouTube movie review playlist. But thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.